All right, turning now to Money Matters. President Biden is working on ways to help hardworking Americans get back on track. One of those is his nearly $2 trillion relief plan, which would include $1,400 stimulus checks. The Biden administration is also planning to extend the student loan payment pause from last spring and is looking to request $10,000 per person of loan forgiveness from Congress. So how would these efforts affect Arkansans? We have Michael Packo, a chief economist and state economic forecaster at UA Little Rock, joining us right now to explain it all. Good morning. Glad to have you with us on the show.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to be here.
So from our understanding, the House is expected to vote next week on another stimulus bill. That would include the third round of checks for $1,400. How will the stimulus checks help Arkansas's economy?
Well, it's pretty clear that the CARES Act checks that came out last spring really helped keep our economy moving in the face of the pandemic with layoffs and closures all around. As a matter of fact, personal incomes in Arkansas went up 10% in the second quarter of last year. Of the checks that went out during the first round of stimulus. Now we're seeing the second round and third round in the works. And those should have similar impacts. Now, the economy is doing much better now than it was back in April of 2020. But the additional spending, the additional liquidity that comes into the economy through these programs should really help support retail spending, support some of the stores and restaurants that are still open and available. And for that matter, it's also helping local communities and making sure that sales tax receipts don't fall through the floor.
Yeah, so that's really helpful, especially for businesses who are really struggling right now. Let's move on to student loans. You know, he was proposing to forgive $10,000 in student loan debt per person. Student loans, is this going to be enough to make a difference? And should this be forgiven completely?
Well, you know, I would think that a $10,000 loan forgiveness would be helpful to anyone who has some outstanding debts. This may not pay off everyone's outstanding obligations, but it should be helpful. As far as the size of the loan forgiveness, I think the problem is that a program like this that simply forgives the loans and doesn't address the underlying structural issues really just is setting the stage for a recurrence of the same problems. I mean, after all, it's not simply the fact that there's too much student loan debt out there. If that was the only problem, then it would mean you're saying there's too much education. That these borrowers are not getting their money's worth from their education, and by simply imposing an across-the-board loan forgiveness, that just makes the probability that it might happen in the future slightly more than it was before, and that leads everyone to be a little bit less attentive, less circumspect about making these financial and education decisions on behalf of the borrowers, the lenders, the educators, and the government officials who run the programs. So just kind of putting a patch on a situation where you're not addressing why the problem emerged in the first place.
Some interesting points you made there, Michael. Thank you so much for joining us with your perspective on student loan forgiveness and how those stimulus checks will help Arkansas's economy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.